Hi, this is Kate with Kate's Paper Creations, and I'm here to share some more cards that I've made using the Ornate Garden Suite from Stampin' Up. It's an early release from the annual catalog, and it's available for purchase now through the end of May. And so I just wanted to give all kinds of ideas on how versatile this set is. I've posted another video that you can find that shows all the different pieces of the suite, and you can go to that to see all the different pieces. I'm not going to take the time to show you those again at this point, but I thought I would share some of the cards because I'm not going to do videos making all of these cards, but I wanted to share some of them with you. This one uses the Ornate Floral embossing folder on the background with a blue, dark navy blue border, and the flowers from the Ornate Style stamp set right there. These flowers I stamped and embossed with silver embossing powder, and it has a beautiful little shimmer to it. This ribbon was left over. It was ribbon I had from the holiday catalog that ended the first of the year. Sorry, sometimes I just have to use my stash just like the rest of us. This one uses some of the Designer Series paper that's down the side here. This is from one of the Ornate borders. And again, this is the flower. I colored this flower with the Blends pins. The Blends pins just color so beautifully. It's the only way to color anymore. I just love it. And these are some gems that are in the kit. This one I did with the gold. I stamped and embossed with gold embossing powder. This is some of the old olive ribbon that's in the kit. And then I did one of the Ornate Layers dies out of gold foil to put that together. This one, again, uses the, get it right side up. I guess it doesn't matter, but anyway, this one uses that Ornate Floral background. It is really a beautiful background. And this is one of the Ornate Layers dies, and I stamped it with... on Old Olive, I stamped the Mossy Meadow on Old Olive using this little stamp of cluster of flowers here. So it's just kind of like a tone on tone. And then I stamped the flower from the set, this flower, and cut them out. And then they are filled in with Wink of Stella, so they have a little bit of shimmer on them. Very pretty. This is just multiples of that flower stamped. I created masks so that I could overlap them. And I did some brushing of some color behind, and I brushed the color behind the layers as well. Very pretty. This one again uses one of the DSPs. The flowers I cut out, some terracotta ribbon, which is also part of the suite, layered on soft seafoam, I believe, cardstock. So that's some of the cards that I've made. I have some more I'll share another day. And then here is the one I'm going to try and copy. Now, all the cards I've shown you so far are standard A2 cards. So that means they're 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And I really liked this card, but as I said earlier in another video, I am trying to use up some note card size cardstock that I had, and it is 3 1/2 by 5. So I'm going to try and duplicate this look on a smaller scale. And that's what we're going to do today, and I'm hoping it'll come out okay. You get to be a part of that with me. So on the original card, I used this larger frame, but it covers up too much of the card, as you can see. So I decided to switch and use this frame instead. This is from the Ornate Layers dies that I showed you earlier. And so I cut out one of those from Whisper White. So there's that piece. Then I stamped and colored and cut out the flower. And I'm going to share this with you because what I did is I colored the flower. The leaves are with light and dark Old Olive. These daisy-like flowers I colored with light and dark Rococo Rose, and the blue flowers are light and dark Seaside Spray. And then the centers on all of these is the dark Cajun Craze. And then I cut out the outside of it, fussy cutting, and I cut it very close. And then when I got done, I wanted all of the white spots cut out. So I got out my trusty X-Acto knife, and I cut out, as you can see, all the little spaces in between. It wasn't that hard. It took a little while. It's not a card that you would probably make hundreds of because it was a little time consuming, but it was fun to do. And when I got done coloring all of the other flowers, these white flowers all got a Wink of Stella shimmer put on them. So that's the flower we're going to use. Then I cut out my other pieces for my layers. The first one is terracotta, and it is 3 3/8 by 4 7/8. The next one is crushed curry, and it is 3 1/4 by 4 3/4. And the last one is the old olive and gold foil designer series paper, and it is 3 1/8 by 4 5/8. And I don't know if what you do, but when I'm building a card, I have to kind of see how it's going to lay out before I start putting all that permanent tape on, because I don't want to stick it down and then go, oh, I didn't really like that. So I use Tombow removable adhesive, and I just put a little dash of it on each one of these, because then it just rubs right off. But it gives me a chance to stick it together and get a feel for how it's going to look before I put it down together permanently. And it just kind of holds things in place for me so I can see how it starts to look. So we're starting to get that border look that we had on the original card. Then I'm going to put this on here like this, and then I'll put this on with dimensionals, and we're going to have the card. So let's go ahead and build it. And like I said, that removable adhesive, you probably can't see it, but I can just wipe it off and it's gone. So let's get the permanent, and let's attach these to the front of my card. And this is leaving a little tiny sliver, 1/8" border all the way around for every layer. So just a very, very slight. And I find if I turn my card like this and I get the spine and the top and the bottom pretty much all equal, that I can just lay it down and I get a good fit. Do the next layer. And again, just lining it up till it looks like it's about equal all the way around on 3 sides. Then I can lay it down, and there's some of that temporary tape. I'm going to just rub it off out of the way. And then my last piece, oh, both sides are so pretty. Sometimes it's hard to use the designer series paper because you go, oh, I like both sides. I don't want to use that side. I want to use this side. It's kind of fun to have to think about it. Okay, and here's that last layer right there. So we have that lovely 3-layer color, just like on the original. So we still managed to do that. Then this, I didn't do the ribbon. So I'm not going to do the ribbon. I'm just going to leave that part out. And I'm going to put this piece down flat and just center it from side to side and top to bottom. That looks good. And then, as I said, I'm going to put dimensionals on this. I'm probably going to use quite a few of them. Because I want it to be well supported. I don't think I need put one in the middle. And I think I'd like to have one on these leaves, but a full-size one is too wide, so I'm going to cut it in half and put one there. And might as well use up the other half there. Okay. Yeah, you're seeing that. My videos are made very unprofessionally. I stick my tablet into my tripod holder, and I don't have voiceover, and I don't have fancy backgrounds, and I don't have music. But you know what? There was a time when all of us were just doing it the simple way out there, and I want you to see my mistakes. I want you to see how I make a card. I'm not into just being perfect, because you know what? I blow it sometimes too and have to find a way to fix a faux pas or make something work. And it's okay if you see me do that, because then you know it's okay if you do it, and we learn from each other's mistakes. So then there's that beautiful flower piece again with all them lovely cutouts. Just so pretty. And it's going to be beautiful even without the ribbons, because I forgot to put it on. And that's okay. And there's the card. And I think I used some different colors and all, but for the most part, I think they look pretty similar, don't you? And then I had this little piece left over, and I decided that that needed to go up the side on the inside of the card right here. And I'm going to leave just a very faint white edge like that. That gives us something on the inside of the card. There we go. So that's done, and I'll be back with more, or maybe I'll just show them to you now. So here's some other cards that I've made. These are all my 3.5 by 5 cards. This one is where I cut out the little flowers. They all have a little bit of Wink of Stella. And these are pearls from the Artisan Pearls collection. Here's one using a different one of the borders. And I combined it with the floral embossing folder and some more of the gems. I have envelopes with them. This one will go this way. And I think I have a video on that one. Yep, I do. Anytime I have 2 of them. And this one, and I have a video of that one as well. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope that you'll come back, that you'll follow me on YouTube. I enjoy sharing what I do. Bye.